What it do? It's your boy Big T. You watching Big T TV. Man, Stephen A. Smith just went in on Jason Whitlock. Basically called this man an Uncle Tom. But you know what? Before I get into what I basically got out of the video, let me play. Stephen A. did the nigga good at what he do. He did his wrestling intro style, you know what I'm saying, when he put his Darth Vader voice on. So let's just play the intro of Stephen A., about to go into Whitlock, and then I'll break down what I basically got from it after. So let's just go into it, and then I'll be right back.
I said that name. It's not a name I've uttered. I normally don't do that, but it's necessary to do now. I've had enough of that fat bastard. That piece of shit. And I want to make sure that before I go to break, I want anyone out there who watches me, anyone out there who knows me, anyone out there, no matter what you think of me, I want you to remember, I never talk about him. I never talk about my colleagues. I don't do that. This is a first. But it's necessary. And when I say don't talk about them, I don't mean don't talk about them literally. I don't get in on them like I'm about to do now. I literally called my pastor and asked for his forgiveness and understanding in advance, because he's not going to recognize the person he's about to hear. I did the same when I emailed the bosses at ESPN. This is my podcast. I own and operate this. I do what I want on this podcast. But it doesn't mean that I still don't harbor a responsibility to at least give my daytime employers a heads up as to what I'm about to do. My sisters, my nieces and nephews, my boys in the industry, everybody that I could reach out to in time has been warned. It's time for me to address this. I'm only going to do it once, because this bastard is worth less than a damn cockroach.
Man, he went in on him, y'all. That was just the prelude to what really went in. And what he basically was talking about is he even broke it down. If you were a Stephen A. Smith fan for a while, even if you're a new fan, you will always hear him mention about how he got fired. And, that was a time where, hey, if he doesn't get hired again and does, create magic with Skip Bayless, he probably doesn't live the life that he's living now. So you can tell that was like a pivotal point in his life. And he said Jason Whitlock, from what my understanding, was one of the guys who harped on it and, took a time to step on his neck when he was going through that with ESPN. He also, you probably want to watch the thing for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's right there on the Stephen A. Smith show. He mentions it, and you can listen. It's like an hour long, but I'm just gonna break it down, the most important things to get make it a little shorter for you guys. But so he mentions that. He mentions how like a lot of the colleagues like Jamel Hill, Chris Broussard, and a lot of other people, Skip Bayless, don't even want to work for him. He tried to do an all black writing, like I guess newspaper, or a bunch of black writers together on maybe a website or something like that. And none of the black writers wanted to work with them. He even mentioned how a lot of the execs didn't like him, and not just because he's a fat motherfucker or nothing like that, even though he's fat bastard or whatever. It's because of how he treated people and how he was a backstabber. And like I said, even at Stephen A's lowest point, he stabbed Stephen A in the back. And Stephen A said he even tried to have Isaiah Thomas from Detroit Pistons and Dan Lebatard, get them to talk. And Stephen A said, I will never deal with him again. And you gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't always agree with Stephen A. But I gotta agree with Stephen A on this, because even if you remember, late last year when Deion Sanders was doing his thing, the most run that Jason Whitlock got was by being negative towards Deion Sanders and being a hater. So I can definitely see him being a hater narrative being kind of factual. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he's shown us, in his time being at the Blaze. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. But make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and put your post notification bell on so you don't miss any of this great content I got for you. But yeah, man, he went in on him. Stephen there, I mean, y'all heard the intro. He went in on him all the way, and he just said, man, you don't really have no friends in the industry. You failed at ESPN, you failed at Fox. He just went in on him all the way around, and man, ain't nothing you can say about that. But hey, that's it for me. Other than that, I'm out.